In this video, we are looking at the brand new DJI Mavic 3 Pro. So doesn't that look good? Well, the Mavic 3 Pro is the latest in this Mavic line. Back in November of 2021, we saw the DJI Mavic 3 launched. Then in November of 2022, we saw the Mavic 3 Classic, and now we have the Mavic 3 Pro. So let's talk about the main difference between all three of these and what makes this Mavic 3 Pro so special. Well, I've been flying this drone for the last few weeks in the Canary Islands and Las Vegas, and to say that I like this drone would be a complete understatement. This is just simply incredible, and I think you know one main reason why, and this is because of this absolutely enormous camera we now have on the front. And it's not just one camera, we have three cameras on the front of the Mavic 3 Pro with three different dedicated tele lenses. Let's talk about this new triple lens camera. So the main upgrade is this absolutely massive camera on the front of it. We now have three dedicated cameras here. So the main camera on the bottom is the Micro Four Thirds 5.1K up to 50 FPS 24mm Hasselblad camera with a new 10-bit D-Log-M color profile. But now on the top we have updated dual tele-lens cameras on the top. So we have a 3x 70mm 1/1.3 medium tele lens and a 7x 166mm CMOS telecamera. This means that you can get amazing perspectives in the same location using all three of these lenses. But now the difference between this and the Mavic 3 is that these are exceptional quality. The quality coming from all three of these lenses is just mind-blowing, and it's what I've been using the most, testing this drone out, using all different focal lengths, the 3x zoom, the 7x zoom, the main wide angle 24mm, and the results just look breathtaking. And this is fantastic for creators and professionals. It means you can be in one location and get three different focal lengths, all of exceptional quality. And it can be used in so many different scenarios. You can have a really wide angle shots with the main 5.1K camera, and then you could zoom in with the 3x tele lens to get a closer shot, and then you can zoom in even further with a 7x camera and get a really punched in shot. Three different shots all in that same location. This can be used also on people, could be used on cars, so many different situations. So I'm doing like a top-down shot. I'm near all these rocks. It's a fantastic area, just looks stunning with this nice blue water, awesome location. But I'm able to get wide angle shots, and then I can zoom in, and then I can get really close. Like, look how close I can get to these waves and these rocks by using these three cameras. This would just simply be either impossible or just extremely dangerous to do this on a standard drone, or using a digital zoom which loses quality. These are dedicated lenses, dedicated cameras, all of exceptional quality, and just speechless just how good these cameras on here really are. And these two tele lenses aren't limited in relation to the FPS as well. You see, you can shoot on both of these up to 4K 60 to get really good slow-mo whilst zoomed in, so exceptional. But you can also shoot in 4K 24, 4K 25, 4K 30 as well. And the main camera shoots up to 5.1K 50 FPS, and you've also got slow-mo options as well, up to 4K 120. So loads of different varieties on there. The camera on here is the biggest upgrade. I'm going to talk about even more things that we can do with these new tele lenses as well. But in general, the biggest upgrade from this to say the Mavic 3, it is this monstrosity on the front of it. And from using this, I think it's a huge upgrade over the Mavic 3 just from this camera alone. You see, it's basically doing the work of 3 different cameras, having all of these different focal lengths available to you in a portable drone like this is incredible. And you can also use all 3 of these cameras as well to take some fantastic photos. You see both the Hasselblad main camera and the 3x and the 7x all support photos as well in both JPEG and RAW. So you're not going to miss out on photos. You can get fantastic photos with all 3 of these lenses. So now we've talked about those cameras, let's now talk about one of my best features on any drone, and this is Focus Track. Before I do, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, ARTLIST. ARTLIST is the #1 place to get high quality music and sound effects, and now with the new ARTLIST Max plan, this is like a creator's dream website. On the cinematic clips at the start of the video, all the music and sound effects was from ARTLIST. I just typed in Sandstorm and Muscle Car and got sound effects to match the epic music. The Max plan also gives you stock footage, so in Las Vegas, rather than request approval to fly over the strip, which will probably get denied, I'll just download a 4K ProRes clip. Easy. You also get plugins, titles, and a built-in video editor. Prices start at $29.99 a month for the ARTLIST Max plan, which includes unlimited downloads on all your social platforms. And this package includes music, sound effects, plugins, and stock footage. And with my link at the top of the description, you're then going to get an extra 2 months free on top of your subscription. Go get it. So one of my favorite features on any drone is Focus Track. The ability to use active track or spotlight mode is just incredible and so good for us creators to get fantastic shots really easily. Now this has Focus Track 5.0, but it makes it even better with these dedicated lenses. You see, it still has that on-screen display, so you can go onto it and you can tell the drone where you want it to be on a clock face. So basically anywhere you want it to be at 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or even angled off to the side. The drone will follow you in active track and it keeps up really well, no problems at all with that performance. But now we can also use that 3x tele lens to get punched in shots. So when you're doing an active track, say you're in a car or you're running, you're walking, following you or an object, you can get zoomed in shots now, but of really good quality. Just look at some of these shots where it's tracking this car now both at wide angle and zoomed in. It's just incredible. And we've also got the 4K 60 option as well. So we now can get the slow-mo shots. So I can have it tracking me and have it now slow down. Just look at that, really good. Now this also supports spotlight mode. So I can use the spotlight mode in both the main wide angle camera. I can zoom in and use the spotlight mode. And I can then even zoom in even more by using spotlight mode with the 7x zoom. Just look at these, this looks really good. And it's again, you've got one building or one object, one person, and you can get 3 different focal lengths all from this one drone. Now the only downside to this is that the 7x zoom doesn't support active track. It supports POI and it supports spotlight mode as well. So you can get really zoomed in shots using this 7x 166mm lens. It doesn't support active track though. There's only one downside to this. But I think the active track on here, I mean, it was already fantastic, wasn't it? On the Mavic 3 and the Mavic 3 Classic, it was the best active track, focus track out of any of the drones. Now it's even better because we can get these different focal lengths, so you can tell that story even more. You can get different creative shots, zoomed in shots, wide angle shots, do whatever you want. The focus track on here is much better. When the Mavic 3 was launched, this camera just looked absolutely enormous in comparison to other DJI drones. And in general, it still does, but when you compare it to the new Mavic 3 Pro, it just looks no contest. The size difference between these 2 cameras is incredible. However, the actual brains of both of these drones are really similar. So basically, you're going to have all of the features from the Mavic 3 and the Mavic 3 Classic on the Mavic 3 Pro as well. So they both share all the same features. And those are features like the new waypoints, so you can go and plot on a map what you want the drone to do, where you want it to go, and it'll do everything for you. You've also got things like master shots, you've got quick shots, you've got the ability to use hyperlapse. I mean, just look at some of these hyperlapse shots I was able to get, and it does it all automatically, so you can just go off and share it. It's also got APAS 5.0, so it's the same system. Now this just basically scans in the location of 200 meters. It's scanning constantly, and all these different sensors all around the drone. It's picking up all these objects and it can then avoid them. So the protection on here is better than any other drone because it gives you protection from all different angles. So it shouldn't be crashed if you got all the sensors turned on. The sensors on here are amazing. It's just worked really well. I've had no problems with it at all. You've also got all the fantastic other features like this massive 5.1K camera on the front of it, so you can get really crisp looking photos and videos. It's just an absolute monster. It really is. This is why this is now the top of the line in relation to these small portable drones. So yeah, it's bigger than say the mini series, but it still folds up. You can still put this in a bag and you have all of these different options and choices with fantastic quality. The Mavic 3 Pro is just... Now it does have a couple of, and this is the Mavic 3 Pro. Because of this huge camera on the front of it, it's heavier, it's a bit beefier because of this camera. Everything else is pretty much the same. This is going to add the extra weight. So this weighs over 900 grams. This weighs 958 grams. And they also have the Cine version, which has that ProRes, and it also has 1 terabyte of storage, similar to like the Mavic 3. But this is also heavier, and this is 963 grams. It means in some countries, especially the UK, you're going to have to get the A2 qualification to be able to fly this without being limited to like the countryside. Now this isn't a massive problem. In the UK, you can get the A2 qualification. It can be done in like a couple of evenings, and it only costs like under £100 and it lasts for 5 years. So I would 100% recommend getting that. And different countries around the world, it's going to vary. Each country has their own different rules, but just bear that in mind. It is over 900 grams, so you can't fly this in the A1 category like you can with the Mavic 3, the Mavic 3 Classic. This also has the same battery as the Mavic 3, Mavic 3 Classic, but the battery life on here has slightly decreased. It's gone from 46 minutes to 43. Now 3 minutes for some people would say that's a really long time, but in the drone world, it really doesn't matter. So I've been flying this and I've been testing all the features. I've not just been flying it in normal video mode. I've been testing hyperlapse, I've been testing active track, loads of different shots using all the different telelenses, all on like one battery. And I've been getting normally round about 40 minutes. So really high 30 minutes or 40 minutes. And because it's so powerful, huge propellers on here, it's really strong. So the battery doesn't drain in high winds. It's just incredibly powerful. So you can put this in windy conditions and it's just not struggled. I've had this in several different locations. I've had no issues with any different wind performances on here. It's just an absolute monster. So battery life, 46 to 43, doesn't make any difference. But the good news is the Mavic 3 Pro is going to come in a few different versions, and each one of those is going to include extra batteries. So you know before you had to buy the drone and then get the Fly More kit, now it just gets bundled in one price. And you can also get the DJI RC Pro, which is one sat on my desk, and this now comes with the Mavic 3 Pro as well without having to buy that expensive Cine model. So this is going to be bundled with the DJI RC and the DJI RC Pro. So I'm going to talk now about a few of those different versions you can get on the Mavic 3 Pro and also the price as well. The Mavic 3 Pro is going to come in 4 different versions. This is the RC Pro combo version. Comes with DJI RC Pro, a power adapter, some extra propellers, and a power brick for your batteries, which means you're going to get 2 extra batteries in this bundle. You're also going to get a nice bag to store everything included inside of it. The 4 different versions is the RC Pro combo I've just mentioned, the RC combo, a DJI Mavic 3 Pro Cine combo, which gives you 1 terabyte of storage and Apple ProRes, or you can buy the DJI Mavic 3 Pro with RC controller included but no extra batteries. All the combo versions come with the extra batteries, the charging hub, bag and propellers, and it's great that that now comes bundled in all together without having to then go out and buy the DJI Fly More kit. Overall, I absolutely love this drone. This is now the top of the pack in the portable drones that DJI offer. The ability to use all 3 cameras brings so many different storytelling options to creators, but with exceptional camera quality. This Mavic 3 Pro is just simply incredible. So the Mavic 3 Pro, should you go out and get this, I absolutely say yes. If you need this as for a creator or for a professional, you have the budget to get the very best drone that DJI offer, then this is the one for you. 3 different cameras on here. It's an absolute animal. So I'll link it all at the top of the description, just go and check it out. Also, if you want the best music ARTLIST, the sound effects and music from there, really good, and you get those 2 months extra free. I'm going to link that at the top as well, so go and check them out. I've got some more videos coming on the Mavic 3 Pro as well, especially like a dedicated video on the active track and a few more of the specs to go into detail a bit more on that. So please subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And if you enjoyed this video, just hit that thumbs up button, it really does help out. I appreciate every single one of you watching this, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.